Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mehak Baker, the editor-in-chief at Brut. And hours before Tanvi The Great is going to be unveiled and premieres at Cannes, we are here with the power-packed crew. So we're going to delve into it right away. It's a story, it's a film about grit, heart, and the kind of storytelling that stays with you. And we have icons who are bringing that story to life to everybody today. So a big round of applause for them here. Mr. Kher, I'm going to start with you. You're stepping into the director's chair after 23 years. What was it about the story that drew you to it, and how did it feel to be in the director's chair after 23 years? Was it different?
So the last film that I directed was Om Jai Jagdish. I was a very busy actor, and Mr. Vashu Bhagnani, the producer of the film, he said, "Will you direct a film?" So I thought, oh, I have a toy now. I will direct a film, I'll be controlling actors, I'll be saying action. And that was the only thing I was doing. Rest of the people, somebody was doing costumes, but it was not my script. So even though I was making the film with the utmost sincerity that I could make it with, but it was not something that I wanted to say. So I was doing a job and doing it to the best of my knowledge. And then I said, if I make a film, I'm sure it should come straight from my heart. And then that incident of 13-year-old niece of mine happened. And I think I was ready to make a film about optimism. I'm an eternal optimist. I see cinema sometimes. To me, being good is very cool. To me, being honest is very cool. To me, spreading happiness is very cool. So I wanted to make a cool film about goodness, about optimism, about happiness, about joy, what our films used to be at one time. I think this whole, with all my love and part of so many films, as a director, I wanted to choose a film about that. And that happened, and it has been a great experience because I'm surrounded by people like Boman, Pallavi, Karan, Arvind Swamiji, Jackie Shroff, Nasser Sahab. They're not only giant actors, they're not only amazing actors, they are the most amazing human beings. Because this film could not be made with people who did not have a heart. And in this business, the easiest thing is to be heartless.
So empathy and a film of optimism that you were driving as a director. I'm going to get Mr. Irani in here. Your camaraderie, of course, with Mr. Kher on and off screen is well known.
Just for Instagram, otherwise it's...
Just the secret's out. But what was it about this role in Tanvi The Great that drew you to the character?
A whole lot of money. I fed you a line.
I must clarify, I am so blessed that 90% of amazing actors have not taken a single penny from me as yet. That does not happen in real life. The highest paid is this actress. She's got all her money, whatever we promised her. But sorry, I had to interject.
No, but so a whole lot of money. As yet, he said, as yet. Everybody please record that. As yet.
We're live.
We're live. But having said that, I think that when Anupam... first of all, I was very moved by what he said as a pre-mumble to this whole conversation. So moving, I think nothing else needs to be said this afternoon. But when he told me the story about him and his niece, Tanvi The Great, in the mountains, and we showed you that video, I was moved. Well, the moment you're moved, the cinema will follow. Wow. Yeah, the cinema has to follow. There's truthfulness in the choice, because again, he was not looking at, let's call up somebody, anyone would be happy to work with him. He's got that kind of leverage in the industry and goodwill in the industry. The biggest stars, the A-listers would have worked, but he chose film and he said, we need a new, fresh face, talking about a little kid who has autism, who teaches us, who think are normal, whatever the definition of normal is, what optimism is, what having goals that are insurmountable. Any character that has given an insurmountable goal, I will root for, even if that character fails. And Tanvi has chosen an insurmountable goal in this film. Having said that, I think even Mr. Kher has chosen an insurmountable goal to make this film without any backing, and everybody, got drawn to him like moths to the flame. We're happy to be burning ourselves for this beautiful film because he believes, and if he believes, we believe, and if we believe, audience believes.
Story that had to be told and bringing everybody who believes in that project together. Ms. Joshi, since we are talking about this project, which actually everybody's come together with their whole hearts, it's been difficult in terms of getting the financing and then putting everything together. As an eternal optimist and optimism that we are talking about, what is your hope that audiences, after watching this movie, should be talking about, take away from it?
Hello, everyone. First of all, I truly believe that a film which is made with utmost honesty, it resonates with the audience because there is something about the camera and the silver screen that when your intentions are honest, the audience understands it. And honesty always pays. And it pays rich dividends. So when Mr. Kher first came to me with the project, and the reason I'm saying a project is because that's what you get offered generally. But when he started narrating the film to me, and the way I saw, when I saw his expressions, I realized that this is not a project. This is not some director trying to put 4, 5, 6 actors together and trying to make a project to, just release and make some money. Here is a person who wants to do something from the depth of his heart, is connected with the movie. And there was absolutely no question of asking him anything else about the film, but just saying, yes, I'm on board and I'm doing the film. So this honesty is going to reach the audience. And having had interacted with people like Tanvi, we have someone in the family who's on the spectrum. I know what amazing abilities God gives to some people. This nephew of mine is, of course, a brilliant musician. And he has his own way of, describing his world, just as Tanvi. So I think this film is going to give an insight. It's going to sensitize people about this subject. It's also going to talk about a lot of love and empathy. And people are going to go back with their hearts full of love, with understanding. And because I'm a mother, I would say one thing that when I saw Shubhangi on the sets and when I saw her performing, I really felt that this is my child. So if every person in the audience comes out feeling like a mother, feeling like a parent, I think we would have done our jobs.
Beautifully put. Sensitivity and insight into that other world and of gifted, how differently gifted. Shubhangi, coming to you. It's such a pivotal role, your first in and as Tanvi.
Yes.
How did you approach this, prepare for this? And maybe you can share an anecdote as well with us and with everybody under Mr. Kher's direction. Tell us a little bit about how did you go about this?
Okay. Hello, I'm Shubhangi. And so when when they used to ask me to make auditions and videos and all, I used to always go on YouTube and try to find, because they used to give me just a very small brief. ऐसे करना है, ऐसे बना के भेजना है, your body language should be like this and your expressions should not be like you're acting. It has to be very natural. So because I was not allowed to question, and they used to just give me a brief. So I thought if I asked too many questions, they'd just be like, रहने दो, मत करो, मत भेजो videos बना के. So I was very scared. So I just kept doing my job without knowing what I'm doing. I used to carry on with my life, go for other auditions, but at the same time, I used to send these auditions. how I approached the role, because after they told me, which was very unbelievable at first, because a lot of times, like my previous auditions and all that, nothing really panned out well. So I used to just think, okay, हाँ करना है, बनाना है, भेजना है, and if it happens, it happens. And then when they actually told me it's happening, that's when it actually hit me. And since this topic is so sensitive, I had to then do my research, because before that I wasn't fully very well aware about this. But after this, I started doing my research. And I watched a lot of movies, documentaries, and I tried. And then we started meeting, and then I asked him, "Sir, how do I go about this role? How do I approach this role?" And then he said that I will tell you, that is my job. You have to just do as I say, follow everything as I say to the T. No buts, no if, no choo cha choo, nothing. And then
You're a
I
strict,
said,
strict director.
yes, but very motivating. Like everything that you will see on screen is solely and solely because of him. It's because he has been able to get that acting part and everything out. And then he sent me to meet Tanvi, the real Tanvi, and Tanvi the Great, yes. And then when I actually met her, so I just had this one question in mind that I asked Sir. So why Tanvi the Great? And his answer was, when you meet her, you'll know why the movie's name is Tanvi the Great. And then when I actually met her, and when I left from there, I was crying because I spent 15 days with her. And then the first thing that I told him, "Sir, now I know why you named the movie Tanvi the Great." So I think that was because, and I also asked him that, "Sir, do I have to mimic, copy everything?" He's like, "No, just observe her soul. Just observe, that's all. Nothing, you don't have to mimic her, you don't have to imitate anything. Rest, you just go, I've just sent you to observe her soul, and then rest, everything we'll be doing."
Thank you for that, Shubhangi.
Well done. From the hotel till this place, she kept saying, "Please protect me. This is my this thing." I said, "Just say the truth, as Tanvi is supposed to say." So you've done a good job. First interview, huh? Oh, wow. You can, our Sneh, our DDL lady, you know what she said to me just now? She said, "I've seen the film. She has an amazing future." Wow. Yeah.
Karan, I'm going to bring you in here. Mr. Kher is known, and just as Shubhangi is underlined, known for pushing the actors and getting the best out of them. Any particular moment and anecdote that you can share with us from the sets where you think you were transformed?
मतलब बेसिकली हमको अनुपम जी की खिंचाई करनी है यहाँ पे. That's the idea. But I want to be honest. First of all, good evening, everyone. It's so nice to always see a room full of people, especially when you come on, to international quarters. So thank you very much for the excitement for the film. Other than the fact that, the reason to do this film was the sheer love to have worked with him. I never thought that I'll have the good fortune to share, to be directed and to share screen space with the man himself. मैं आपको एक सच्चाई बताना चाहता हूँ. जितने भी लोग ये बातें बोल रहे हैं ना, he is by far the most loving director towards his actors that I've had the privilege to work with. Absolutely. I think ये आपकी ना कोई अलग कुछ खुंदक निकाली है. मेरे साथ तो बहुत ही प्यार से काम किया है. And that's the best quality about him, because he understands, being an actor himself, that when you're in front of the camera and everybody else is watching you, how sensitively and empathetically you want to treat an artist or an actor. So while he did push me for the first scene that we've done, there is this one line which is the most important line of the film, that she's different, but she's no less. And I remember we did roughly about 20 to 30 takes, because he had a vision for what that needs to resonate with the audience for. And that pushing, I sent him a message that same night as the longest message. I think it was the last day of my filming. And I was like, "Sir, for all the years that I've acted, I feel just you working on me for that one line really trained me so much as an actor. So thank you so much, sir. Not only for having me in the film, but for being such a loving director. Thank you."
Thank you for that, Karan. Mr. Irani, I want to ask you, we are dealing with a film which is about people on the spectrum. What kind of research, sensitivities have been kept in mind as being part of this film, in terms of making sure that we are able to take it to a larger mass audience and they can understand the sensitivities in this? Anything that you'd like to share on that?
I'm surrounded actually, and I don't know if this sounds controversial, but I have the good fortune of being surrounded by people who have ADHD, dyslexia, dyscalculia, and even autism. Close to me, very close to me. And when I say good fortune, it sounds very, very out of the rude. It's not. They're beautiful, and they enrich your lives. But the sensitivity that you speak of is I think it's important that people out there in the world who have not been affected or touched by people who are different but no less, I think there needs to be some awareness also. There is no need for pity. There is absolutely no need for pity, because that's the one thing that nobody wants in this world. The ones who need pity have got other problems altogether. I was doing a film on the blind, and there was the blind lady that I was shooting when I was many, many years ago, about 30 years ago. She said, whatever you do, please don't feel sorry for us when you make this film. And I think that's the one thing that we've got to do. The moment you start saying, oh, you poor thing, problem, that's the awareness, I think, that is very, very important for us to inculcate in audiences.
Thank you for that. Ms. Joshi, go ahead.
You know,
Mr. Kher.
when we started researching for the film, 1 out of 100 children we discovered, according to WHO, is autistic.
In the world, 1 out of 100.
1 out of 100. And now, when we finish the film 3 years later, it is 1 out of 46 people, children. So it's rapidly going up and up. And at least the awareness will be there. Sorry, you were asking a question.
No, absolutely. That's an important point that you make in terms of discovering. A lot of people have been on the spectrum but are probably discovering now that they are on the spectrum. So I think the film is coming at a point where there is a lot of awareness.
And in the film,
which
she
is
is an
needed.
autism expert kind of a thing. She goes to New York, and one of the cast members who is not here, Ian Glenn, you know him with Game of Thrones more. He plays a very important role also.
You've led me to my next question with Ms. Joshi, which was exactly that. You've played so many characters, especially in the recent past, with a lot of strong emotional undercurrents. Tell us a little bit about how you've played this part, and if possible, give us a little bit of glimpse into that character.
This part was also, I think every character is different and every character is difficult. But here it became a little easy for me because I had an actor for a director, you know. So whenever an actor hits a roadblock, if you have a director who's also an actor, knows exactly how to handle the situation. And there were times when on the sets, I started enjoying some of my scenes so much because we would do it in like 4 different ways. We would finish the first take, and then Anupam ji would come to me and say, this was very good. Should we just tweak it a little? Can we try it this way? Can we try it doing some other way? And every take was different. I don't know what he kept finally, because we've done so many variations of every shot. But it was so amazing because I also got the pleasure of not just shooting a film, but also doing a workshop with, you know, one of the finest actors in the industry. So it was a wonderful experience. And yes, the character is very strong. She has very strong convictions about what she's planning to do with her daughter and with autism awareness. And working with Ian was like the, you know, cherry on the cake. Wonderful to share screen space with him. I think when you have excellent co-actors, you're a lot of hard work is like taken away by them. So if I'm doing scenes with Boman, I know the scene is going to be good, you know, no matter what. So I'm so glad that I got a chance to share screen space with every one of them. I've worked with every actor. I have scenes with every one of them. So it was a pleasure doing this film, and yes, it is a wonderful character. I haven't seen the film yet, so it's going to be the first time for me this evening. I'm also looking forward to see what Vidya is coming across as.
Wow, that's wonderful. I wanted to ask this question to all of you. From the moment we began this conversation, and there was applause as well when we spoke about finances, right? Bringing the film together with the different financiers. My question to you is, how do we change this narrative? in the industry, in terms of financing. When there is a project which is needed, which is probably not your run-of-the-mill masala film that we are looking at, how do we begin this conversation in terms of making sure that financiers are looking at projects which are more deeper, different than what we probably call the massy films? And we do have OTT, we do have a lot of other avenues at this point in time. So my question is to all of you.
So I'll tell about myself. I am a success story of my failures. I come from a small town. I came to the city of Mumbai with 37 rupees 43 years back. And today I'm talking about a film of mine which I directed on an international with amazing actors. I feel that if you want to do something, if you want to change, you have to start from yourself and not keep criticizing. This is this is a big budget film. The budget of this film is more than $6 million.
It's a big budget film.
Big budget film. And we had and this, I'm not trying to make a story out of it, but this is how since you asked me this question, we had a person who was putting, a company which was putting, not from the films, 50% of the money into the film. And 1 month before we were to go on the floor with 240 people, actors, dates taken, and army plays a very important role in the film, the locations booked, and he called me up and he said, please postpone your film by 1 year. I don't have finances ready right now. So my CEO here, there he is, Harman D'Souza, he said, what should we do? I said, we will go ahead with the schedule. If this film is not made today, in the given time, it will never be made. So I called up few friends. My actors beforehand told me, give us the money when you have it. So I had no stress about that. I did not go to regular producers because they told me, change the girl, take a star. Why are you wanting to work with a newcomer? And it's a musical. The music of the film is by Oscar winner Mr. M.M. Karim. It's an amazing thing. So I said, we'll go. So we were getting $50,000, $10,000 from somebody, $5,000 from somebody. I have a small house in Shimla. I said, I mortgaged that. I'm announcing this in front of everybody for the first time because the passion was there. I had to make this film. How will you not make people believe in goodness? You have to work hard. And I always believe the journey has to have ups and downs. What is the idea of walking on a journey which did not have ups and downs? So my career is based on that. I might have done 540 films, but there have been so many ups and downs. This is the most joyous thing that I have done in my life. And all these people and people who are not here have become a family members for the rest of our lives. Mr. Irani sent me a message early in the morning. It was a 2-pager. And the most amazing, I will try to hold back my tears because in the morning I cried a lot. Because of his goodness. He wrote such a beautiful message to me. He said, compare it with any sports. You have already won. You have already made a film with the people that you wanted to make. So you've already won. In games, in tennis or anything, the gold cup is given on the spot. Your gold cup will come maybe after some time. But you have won the game. Which was such an amazing thing to say. You're a stupid person making me cry in front of these people. But that's the joy, and we have to change the system. It has to happen with one person. There are people over here. The easiest thing is to join the crowd. And there's a beautiful line in this film which she says at the climax of the film. In India, we may not know much about autism, but we know a lot about caring. And that is what इनको लगता है हमने प्लांट किया but thank you for being so wonderful. So it's you have to do. I was 28-year-old when I played a 65-year-old man's role in my first film. Yeah, so I think you can do things. All of us. He directed such a brilliant film recently, Mehta Boys, against all situations. He does such amazing work. She is going to have a tough time, and I keep telling her, but she will do a great job. It's what a beginning, and we are all there to protect her all her life. So it
Passion
happens.
project.
There's one person can make a difference. 10 people can make a complete difference. Yeah.
People can make complete difference. Mr. Irani, give us a glimpse into what you told Mr. Kher this morning.
I was bullshitting,
possible.
actually.
We won't let you get. We won't. You won't get away with that.
All I had to tell him was that what happens tonight at the premiere, it actually, people will love it, because if there's no honesty involved in what you've done, they're not going to feel. Anyway, I don't know how to transcribe that. All I want to say is just to add to the bravery of what he's. I had a lot of difficulty, and when youngsters ask me, how difficult it is to make their film, there are two things that I can say to the youngsters. Write, don't stop writing, because this is what happened when I went to people with my film. I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about my film just for half a second, for this particular point. And they kept saying, get an A-lister to do the role. Get an A-lister, just as you get an A-lister. And I said, I do have an A-lister. And said, what's that? I very dramatically picked up my script and slammed it on the table. That's an A-list film. So you've got to understand the value of a script, the written word. Only then you can't direct out of a telephone directory. You got to direct out of a fantastic script. So that's point number one. Point number two is every single great film that we've enjoyed over the years have all been rejected at first. So that's a nice place to start. Thank you.
Very quickly, last word. Please go ahead, Mr.
I was just helping him
Keep the mic. Very quickly, my last question to all of you in maybe one line each. What does this film mean to you? Karan, should we start with you?
To me, this film is all heart. I feel that's the biggest takeaway that one is going to go back when you leave the screens. I keep telling sir that we keep watching rushes on a laptop, and they leave us so heavy and welled up. And once you watch it as a communal experience, I feel like it's really just the emotion of it, about caring for people and loving them unconditionally. That's what's going to stay back with you.
Unconditional love. Shubhangi?
I think this film definitely means a new life for me. It's definitely a new life for me. I keep telling sir कि ये मेरा नया जन्म है. Thank you for this new janam, new life. And also because after I worked in this film, it has actually transformed me. It has changed me as a person for good. And everybody who's been a part of this movie, this journey, they have the same thing to say. And I really hope that everybody who watches this movie, they have the same thing to say when they leave. And they're like, yes, this is something that they needed. Because it's all about goodness. It's all about,
Transformation for the good.
Yes.
There's a wonderful line my writer has written in the. We are coming up with a book before the film releases. It's called Different But No Less. It's a motivational book, my fourth book, which is about how this film almost did not get made, but we made it. There's a beautiful line in that. He said the only thing we all have to follow is the GPS, which is called the heart. That's so amazingly said. And it's a work in progress tonight. The screening is work in progress. We still have to work a little bit. But we will convey the heart of the film to the world. I think we're talking too much about the film in the sense, but I'm sure it will work.
Love and empathy. That's what it's... And it will also sensitize people to autistic children. And as Boman rightly said, they don't need pity. They need all our love, our understanding, and yes, they're great.
Love and empathy.
There is an autistic person in each and every one of us. We're all different from each other in some form or the other. I deal with a lot of people who are very close to me. And I just say that probably they they teach me more than I teach them. There's this one girl from Dubai, Farah. So the organization, sorry, I'm going to take a minute, it's important. And the principal of that school is very nervous in front of crowds. And she says, I get very scared to speak in public speaking. So little Farah, who has no eyebrows and no hair, she thinks she's the most beautiful girl in the world, right? That's something to learn from. And what she told her teacher, her principal, beg your pardon, says, you don't worry about a thing when you come in front of the audience. Think there is no one over there, only I'm sitting over there and you talk to me. That's something to learn from a mind that you think you are helping. They're helping us.
They are helping us. Big round of applause for this passion project that is going to get unveiled today. You've been a fantastic audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your Navtej ji. Ki haal ne? Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, everyone.